Let us begin. When we explore the practice of becoming this stillness, of attuning your frequency to vertical alignment, of allowing settling to take hold, it can be helpful to understand that this practice is bringing you into alignment with all things. For all things, at their essence, start from stillness. Stillness is the state of being that sits below and behind everything. When you look at the trees standing, you can feel the presence of the stillness. When you look at the horizon of the ocean, you can see the presence of stillness, even as you hear the waves roll in. When you look into another's eyes, behind the chaos, behind the pain, there is a commonality. And that commonality is stillness. So as you explore discovering stillness within yourself, understand that it is through this exploration that you will find reunification with all things, with all beings. And this reunification process elevates the consciousness of all. You may have been taught that it is a selfish act to attend within, that you should devote all of your time, attention, and resources to fixing what is around you, to alleviating suffering that you see, to expending more resources than you have, because this is the noble way. But when you act from this belief, then in truth you have nothing to give. For all beings flourish and nourish from the state of stillness. So becoming the state of being that acts as a beacon for those around you offers more than any racing around could possibly offer. Understanding that you will elevate your environment when you elevate yourself. But your attention cannot be on outcome, for that in and of itself is disruption to the stillness. The state of awareness always begins at home. And the more that you devote yourself and focus yourself to releasing the distractions, the collective, the more you become an invitation for others to find the stillness within themselves as well. It is very different to be an invitation than to be an imposition. And the chaos that you see around you is resulting from those who believe that the only way to unify with others is to impose their will upon them, to make them emulate the same patterns so that everyone is in harmony through their disharmony. If we can all be disharmonious together, then we will be free. And the human inclination, when being imposed upon, is to react in kind. But this does not cause any change. This is the roots of war. And when you react and become imposition yourself, now you become the disharmony. But there is another way. And it is through this way that you align with the natural state of things, which is to step into connection with flow itself. As you become an invitation, you are no longer agreeing with the war mindset. You give others the freedom to be who and what they are choosing to be in this moment, but you do not take on their suffering. You stand in stillness. And as you stand as stillness, you become an example of what is possible. You become an option that had not dawned upon them. They may see you or not, but they will feel you. They may react to the stillness, and yet the stillness still stands. This is an awareness of deactivation. There are no more buttons in you to push. You know your truth. And no matter what anyone says to you or does to you, it is inalterable. You are Source itself. Stillness welcomes all beings because it is at the source of all beings. Stillness welcomes all things because it is at the source of all things. No one is turned away. And then it becomes up to others to live with their own choices, to live with their own chaos, until it becomes so unbearable that they begin looking. If you go into the game of reactivity, if you go into resistance, then they can spend their times just looking at you, and then you are stuck locked into the game. But when you move into a space of allowing, when you move into a space of knowing, when you move into your inner stillness, then each step, each action, each word, each movement, each moment is in alignment with the essence of all things. If you would like to truly mount a revolution that leads to profound transformation, then explore discovering a new way of being, a new way of seeing. Explore stillness. So give yourself permission to let go of the beliefs about who you think you must be, and instead move into a space of discovery. What is it to be still? Who am I? And what lies behind and underneath the beliefs? When you disconnect from the chaos, you reconnect with all things. This is where true support lives. Everyone is invited. No one is left behind. And you get to be on a new discovery, a new journey, a new exploration. So we invite you to play throughout your day with the experience of letting go of resistance and reactivity, and instead seeing what sits behind the release, tapping into the emptiness, befriending it. For it is through the emptiness where you will find everything, and all of those things that are insignificant fall to the wayside. This is what it means to see clearly, to see the pain behind the anger. During this practice, invite your supports when you feel so overwhelmed that you can't quite reorient or reacclimate. Expand your awareness to invite all of your supports in. Those beings that may have transitioned to the other side. The guides that are always there. The knowingness. You do not have to do it alone. And it is impossible to be alone, for these supports are always present. And the essence of all things is what you are made of. It is merely an act of remembering. It is time to stop asking what to do and to start asking how to be. We greatly appreciate your time.